Hello and welcome to Left Coast Live. It is Monday, December 22nd. I am your host, Dieter McBusiness, American Wasp, joined as always by my fellow California progressive, the one and only Stat Pat Stateless Patriot of the Central Valley. We are Left Coast Lefties coming to you with national political news and commentary, as well as the occasional insertion of cultural commentary, which today will be the NFL postseason, but we're going to save that to the end
Hmm.
because we
Oh
know
yeah,
lefties don't really like sports that much. But Stat Pat, how are you? It's been a little while since we went live. So talk
yeah.
to me about everything that's happened to you since.
Um. Oh
Like in
God.
terms of national politics and what's going on. It seems like the normalization of the ICE raids is here. It
Hmm.
seems like the Epstein files are not going to have the kind of impact that a lot of lefties had hoped it would.
That's
Um,
gonna be an ongoing saga. I don't
yeah,
think that's going to let up, and that's like the biggest news lately. That's probably like the biggest thing I've actually even been paying attention to, just because of just how what's the word I'm looking for, egregious the entire thing is, and the whole thing always has been super fucking egregious. Um, without a doubt, that's probably occupied most of my attention span when it comes to um, paying attention to anything politically related.
hmm
Uh, 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 there's a handful of other things, but that is it's just hilarious. It's just like they're flubbing it super hard. They're breaking the law essentially, and they're post-release redacting and even deleting parts of the
yeah,
files, because like, oops, we forgot this mention of Trump and this mention of Trump,
oh yeah,
and it's just embarrassing. And um, I posted on Twitter, which I shouldn't be on Twitter. It's actually kind of remarkable how Trump supporters and conservatives and just grifters who don't believe in fucking anything never really grew up to understand object permanence past infancy, because it's like, if you paid attention outside of your bubble and knew anything about anything, obviously the DOJ was going to get in there and redact any mention of Trump. And apparently there's like 119 fucking pages that are just completely blacked out. It's insane. It's going to be an ongoing saga. But Speaker Mike Johnson sent the House home early, like a day early, so that way, um, after the deadline of the release, which was the following day, they were sent home prematurely. No House member, no congressman, congresswoman could answer questions for the press, because that probably would have been all like, if they were pressed for anything on Capitol Hill, by the media, it would have been in regards to the Epstein files,
hmm but nobody seems to care on the right. They're just ignoring it.
or downplaying it, or yeah, just either ignoring it or downplaying it, or making it seem like, oh, the Democrats are screwed. Look at all these pictures of Bill Clinton.
Right.
Like, Trump is totally absolved, and it's just like, you're the stupidest fucking people on the goddamn planet. How dare I have to share oxygen with you? You know?
Yeah, they don't. They're not interested in the truth.
Mm-mm, of course not.
They don't even know the difference between facts and truth.
No, no, not at all. Um, they live by their own facts. They live by their own truths and whatnot, and it's just remarkable. With each passing day, these bubbles become more and more insulated. However, there is a fair amount of infighting on the right, within MAGA circles. It's just been total chaos on the right broadly, on the right generally, since the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Right.
You have Erica Kirk going out there on basically a grief tour, you know, um, and it
Did you see
really,
her? Did you see her? soundbite where she called it a grift.
Yeah, that was great. Like what the best Freudian slip of all time there. Um,
And then Cardi B fucked something else up too.
Cardi B.
Or it was no, not Cardi
Oh,
B.
probably Nicki
Nicki
Minaj.
Minaj. Nicki Minaj.
She's on this whole conservative, born again Christian kind of arc too, which is just fucking embarrassing. It's like we talked about with Joe Rogan or people in that sphere, people who immediately who come out as like, oh, I'm basically announcing devotion to a certain religion or something like that, and you really can't trust people who do that like really late in life, because it goes to show most of the time they have something heinous that they're trying to cover up or not give any creed or attention to. And Nicki Minaj is the fact that she's completely washed, and her
Not a
husband
virgin.
is her husband is a sex offender.
Is that R. Kelly?
No, I forget her husband's name, but
I was gonna say it's not. He's way too old.
no, it's no, absolutely not. I don't even think they're.
Kenneth Petty. Ken Petty.
Yeah, I don't even think her and R. Kelly are even. Yeah, Kenneth Petty.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's just ridiculous. It's embarrassing. It's absurd, and what more can you expect? I mean, grift is right. It really is a fucking grift. I mean, look no further than Candace Owens. Doesn't believe in the goddamn thing. Understands you need to keep
The rage.
keep the rage up, keep the attention going. So just vomit forth whatever um, manifests the most attention and gets people talking. And it's funny because uh, it doesn't ever lead anywhere. Her sources are garbage. They're bullshit. She's most of the time talking out of her ass. But enough of the right wing is anti-Israel, to where like, yeah, she's going to maintain. She's going to manifest an even greater following post the excuse me the Charlie Kirk assassination, and then all of a sudden she gets a visit from Erica Kirk, and on like a 300,000 strong viewership live stream, she basically apologizes and says, "Oh, I mean, it was a bit much, me going after, like, saying you shouldn't donate money to Turning Point USA," and it's like that's the whole fucking point. That's the entire thing. That's all they fucking care about. You know, this
Yeah.
whole fucking right wing media sphere has been built on conspiracism
Right.
and whipping up outrage over medial culture war bullshit. And their entire uh, modus operandi has been to exacerbate the negligible. And now all of a sudden, it's like you're giving attention to the cash flow, and that's all of a sudden bad. Like all the endless fucking lies and shit, all the endless conspiracism and uh stochastic terrorism and shit that's just so prominent. Like the further right you go with these uh vile personalities, none of that shit gets any attention or any criticism among their circles and shit. But you threaten the cash flow, then we have a fucking problem. And it's just insane. I personally, I love it. I love, like, the more MAGA infighting, the better. But it really just goes to show that despite the fact that these people have everything right now, they have the White House, they have control of the House and the Senate. The Republican Party is in control. They have the fucking Supreme Court. The overwhelming majority of the podcast space and the online media space is all fucking right wing. But that's still not enough. They're all still so fucking miserable. They, I, once Trump is gone, what the fuck else do they have? it's just going to be an endless fucking civil war with these motherfuckers because you have the Nick Fuenteses and Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson's on one side that rightfully question the Israel first narrative, which is completely valid, but they're also just hideously bigoted, racist, and fucking perpetuate sexist and xenophobic tropes constantly. And then there's the side that wants to basically like maintaining the old dogs of the Republican Party, the Ben Shapiro's and the old school conservatives, like his ilk and whatnot. And like it, it's going to be interesting to see how far it goes, especially once the midterms are all said and done, because the Democrats are expected to win bigger than they have in many years.
Well, on the note of the Democratic Party, I think it's important to check in with approval polls for the Democratic Party every now and then. And according to RealClearPolling.com, the Democratic Party has a average. This is based on an average of polls taken since the last week of October, so quite a long sample size. But
Hmm.
it's negative 23.7 unfavorable. Unfavorable is 56.2, and favorable is 32.5. Now, if you actually okay, so and that's actually pretty close to the most recent numbers, which is I say when you're looking at polling, you either got to take the most recent poll, which is what I usually do,
Hmm.
or you got to look at the average. And if you look
Yeah,
at the average,
yeah.
always notice the time frame over which the average takes place. For me, the only thing that matters is the most recent one, which has a favorability of 30, so even less than that, even less than 32 and a half.
Hmm.
So 30 favorable and 56 unfavorable. So basically the
Yeah.
same 26-point spread.
It's important to see like the trajectory, the trend over time, and whatnot. And it's like even though the numbers for Trump and the Republicans continue to go down, it's like that it doesn't mean the Democrats are getting more popular. Like the
No,
Democrats don't have
everyone's fed up with both parties.
yeah, exactly. The Democrats do not know how to seize the moment ever.
Capitalize.
Yeah, capitalize exactly. It's like the only ones that
No, it
the
should
only
be
one
nonstop. It should be nonstop shit talking of Trump right now. People
yeah.
on the left with political platforms should be having their own YouTube channels and
Hmm.
going every day trying to get sound bites out there into the media landscape and saying shit like, "Don't call it Christian nationalism, call it Confederate Christian nationalism." I know a lot of
Hmm.
people who actually watch this have heard me
Yeah.
say that before, but I think it's important, like those little wrinkles.
Yeah,
Um,
it's embarrassing that that's still like that's actually getting like a major push by some personalities on the right is a newfound push for like Christianity and shit. They're still
yes,
trying to like push it through and force it through and shit. I guess Josh Hawley is signaling that he wants to he might actually make a 2028 run. He's setting up a foundation for donations. I think it might be a political action committee if I'm not mistaken, and it's entirely focused on being anti-abortion. And even the White House, I think, if I remember correctly, they commented on it. It's like, well, clearly Josh Hawley didn't learn anything from the 2022 midterms, which were um, a rebuking of the Supreme Court decision. So it's like the Republican Party can't even stand on their own fucking victories because
right.
they know that they're not fucking popular. You know, it's just it's hilarious. I mean, not just Josh Hawley, but there's a handful of them too. And when it comes to the Democrats, at the very least, you do have Ro Khanna, who is one of the spearheads of the. I mean, without Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey on the Republican side in the House, you we would be seeing the Epstein files.
Yeah.
I don't think at all. I mean, they pushed through the discharge petition. It unanimously passed the House and Senate minus one Republican House member, and the deadline passed. It's here, and the DOJ didn't follow through. Rokan has come a long way. He was recently on Hassan's podcast. It's good that he's making a lot more media appearances and appearing in the online media space, especially when it comes to leftist shows and whatnot. We definitely need a hell of a lot more than that. It can't just be Rokanda. That's fucking this can't all be up to this guy. Like for crying out loud. Um, but Hassan's still doing good work. The Majority Report just had on Bernie. They had a brief chat with Bernie Sanders, and Bernie's actually been on a good kick lately. He finally put out a video on the threat that AI poses. Which
Mm-hmm.
God, you couldn't be speaking to me any deeper. Like you'll be hard pressed to find anybody as anti AI as I am. It's not just the threat that it poses to the job market. It's just the oversaturation of it fucking everywhere. The fact that it takes um, so much energy to power. Like there's supposed to be a data center in Pennsylvania set up that requires as much power as the entire city of Philadelphia. It's like, are we fucking kidding here? What is this for? It's just, um, it's just data harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's to power up the surveillance state that they want to put in place. And like nobody's asking for this shit. All this fresh water. What these data centers have a right to fresh water, yet we fucking don't. You know, it's absolute fucking insanity. And Bernie Sanders put out a video basically addressing every single key issue regarding AI: who gets to own it, who controls it going into the future, and the fact that like it's just a few loser fucking freaks that get to benefit from AI being fucking pushed everywhere. It's insane, but there's still good. There's still people out there doing good work, and um, I can't believe that the well, actually, I can't believe because if you think about it, fascism's biggest enemy is fascism because if there's a endless power struggle within those in control, it it tends to fall apart. You know,
Well, that's what I think a lot of people are hoping is that once Trump's gone, then MAGA will fall apart. But
mhm.
I don't know if that's true. I don't really know even what that means because
Yeah,
while a lot of people might be fighting for that mantle of who gets to be his successor, and Trump will
bingo.
probably sick in a sick way enjoy that contest, but
Yeah,
that'll divide the party and definitely set the unity of the party back a little bit. But there's
yeah,
always going to be 1/3 of this country that is just
too
straight
far
up
gone.
white trash idiots.
Yep.
Like they just cannot be reasoned with.
No, yeah.
And what I'm trying to get people to do is to stop playing nice. And I think like we've been ahead of the curve on wanting a certain brand of politics from the left that is now becoming obviously desired based on the approval polls,
Yes,
based on
100%.
Zoran winning. Like
%. Yes.
we're about I think we're about 18 months, if not 2 years, ahead of what America wants on a national political context.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's going to take. I mean, the thing we need right now is momentum. Honestly, the more that the Trump administration fails, and the more opportunities the progressive left gets to gain more power, gain more influence, and bolster the progressive message that wins, the message that actually appeals to a majority of Americans. Excuse me. Even if you don't have to like make it so it you don't have to label it as progressive. It, as long as you're speaking to the needs of Americans and you're not pulling their leg, you're not fucking bullshitting them, and you're not beholden to corporations or special interests or super PACs or foreign actors.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the classic argument when somebody sticks the socialism label in your face is Social Security is socialism, Medicare is socialism, and so is Medicaid, and those are, I think, Social Security and Medicare are the most popular government programs on a
Yeah,
federal level.
yeah,
So you get them there, and then what you try to get people to do is just like get away from the ists and the isms and just get down to the problems like healthcare. Do you want a universal healthcare system? Yes, everybody wants that. 65% of the
yeah.
country wants a new universal healthcare system of some kind.
They're gonna want it even more than ever, given the fact that the fucking Senate allowed the ACA credits to expire. Like
Oh
we,
yeah, it's gonna
like,
hurt.
yep, yeah. I mean, people's health care are no longer subsidized by the Affordable Care Acts, and that's the entire fucking reason the Democrats prolonged the government shutdown to begin with back in the fall. It's like you gave up your entire leverage on a pinky promise that a vote will be held to extend the ACA credits. And guess what? They're like, we ain't fucking doing that. It's like,
Right. And
wow,
of course they
the
weren't. Of course they didn't
yeah,
honor their word. Like you
yeah,
gotta be kidding me.
yeah. Like holy fucking shit! It's like the most predictable goddamn thing in the world happened. It's like you were warned, Chuck fucking Schumer. You know, it's
Chuck
fucking
Boomer.
embarrassing. Yeah,
So that's why you've got to do like this, and you've got to go into this is HR 58. This was right before Zohran came to the
yeah,
White House. They did
disgusting,
this denouncing the horrors of socialism.
embarrassing.
So there is 86 Democrats that voted
Yeah,
against this. Um, so let's see. Yay! I voted for it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and that's why I'm encouraging people to go into this voter record and see if they can find their congressman or anyone in their state. For example, in California, Nancy Pelosi voted nay. Very surprising.
Yeah, it's interesting. I
Don
mean, she's
McClintock
got.
voted yay. I know who that guy is. Kevin Kiley,
Yeah,
yay.
me too. McClintock's like I think
He's up in
representative up
Tahoe.
here. That's
Yeah,
right.
he's
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
He's
Yeah,
I
no,
just think it's your area too, right?
a little. It's up into the to the
Right
east,
on.
but
Yeah.
I've seen enough of his signs. I think his district is pretty wide reaching, like east of Sacramento. Um, but it's actually hella funny that Pelosi voted no in denouncing socialism
Right.
because I mean
Isn't that
no,
funny?
she's got nothing to lose now. I mean she's not running for re-election, so why the fuck not? I guess. However,
This is my congressman here. I won't say his name. Don't say his name, but
hmm,
that's the guy that I've got my eye on
yeah,
locally.
I'll say mine. My representative Josh Harder, he voted for yes. He voted yes on denouncing socialism. So good job, dude. Whatever. You fucking, you know,
Josh Harder, there it is. Yeah.
he seems like such a pro working class guy. He's very much about uh, the agriculture of the Central Valley here and everything. But it's like like socialism really is about the workers and worker ownership and the workers say the democratization of labor in general and like you're you're going to denounce that. It's
Right.
like that conflicts entirely like that conflicts entirely with your platform, dude.
Denouncing the horrors of socialism is just so aggressive.
Yeah,
It's like, why do you have to be so aggressive?
horrors.
And like, why do you
why
have
don't we
to?
why don't we fucking like introduce a discharge petition? I'm sure Rokana can do this and bring a vote to the floor denouncing the horrors of fascism. Why don't
Right.
we fucking do that?
Yeah, that seems to make more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the nays, man, the nays aren't a lot. There's a lot of no votes, but the nays are not huge. Like, let me see what the summary was.
Yeah.
Nay was 98,
Yeah.
26%,
Yeah.
and yay was a 3-to-1 ratio, basically crazy.
Yeah. So
47 not voted. 27 Dems didn't vote
well
because they
well
were just too
of
pansies. You know what
those.
that's 27 votes that should have gone towards nay. But go ahead.
Well, you're right. It wouldn't even matter anyway. This is just like a fucking. It's just a virtue signal, for lack of a better term, and I hate using that word. But of those 98 that didn't denounce it, we can look at them as, the probably the most favorable Democrats, I guess you could say. It still doesn't exactly mean much, but whatever.
We got some love from Anonymous Bastard. Hey guys, seen this
Hello.
Epstein files lately. The attacks against Venezuelan fisher boats. Yeah, I mean, all
Yeah. Oh yeah.
the attacks, the Venezuela stuff just seems like one big distraction.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
There's no need for us to get involved in Venezuela right now. It's just
Obviously.
Trump wanting to have some sort of foreign policy thing. That's one thing I don't know if a lot of people realize about the presidency since the beginning of the Cold War. Really, is that it's very difficult to get anything done on a domestic level, but it's
Yeah.
actually very easy to do something meaningful within the context of foreign policy if you're
Because of
the
the Monroe
president.
because of the Monroe doctrine.
Yeah, and a lot of things that changed after 9/11 too,
Hmm.
from Bush.
Big time. Big
Um,
time. Big time. Yeah.
I'm sure that a lot of what Trump is doing now, the started legally with what Bush was doing.
Yeah.
Declaring
Without a
something
doubt.
a weapon of mass destruction or something like that.
But did he declare fentanyl a
Yeah,
weapon of mass destruction?
right.
So here's the thing. I could go on and on about Venezuela in general, but it can't be forgotten. It can't be missed because there's a whole lot right now surrounding the operations, the strikes on these boats in the Caribbean Sea. Um, it's the fact that these boats were double tapped, which is a war crime, and no survivors were left by us after our strikes because, God forbid, a survivor uh, goes to the media and was like, "We're just fishermen. These are
Right.
licenses. There's no contraband, nothing like." Like this was like I have a family and I just lost a whole bunch of friends. Like, we couldn't have that. So, um, Hegseth, who should be fucking impeached. Like, what a goddamn fucking embarrassment. He can't even own these strikes entirely. He has to throw his admiral under the bus. On top of that, um, it was just excuse after excuse, and now because there's just so much um, shit up in the air about what exactly happened, like this isn't going to go away, and now we're going to get like committees. We're going to get potentially trials. We're definitely going to have hearings over this shit for damn sure because what was carried out is literally war crimes. And now, this is the funniest fucking goddamn thing, right? It really is Iraq 2.0 because we gotta go after the terrorists. This is a war on terrorism. We gotta go get them before they come over here, right? It's the same fucking playbook that's playing out right now in the Caribbean Sea because the rhetoric from the White House and for the Republican Party and the war hawks who have been thirsty for a war with Venezuela for years and years now. Because if we remember the first Trump term, that was all the rage, especially John Bolton, who was part of Trump's cabinet. There's no fentanyl or cocaine, for that matter, that comes from Venezuela. Zero, 0%, none whatsoever, nothing. No, so that talking point is moot. That's complete and utter horse shit. But what they do have is a shitload of oil. Not to
Right.
mention lithium deposits, if I'm not mistaken. They have a lot of shit mineral wise that big tech could probably benefit a hell of a lot from. A hell of a lot from. So, what have we done lately since these boat strikes? We have seized, the US, the United States, have seized two massive oil tankers, and it's under the pretense of, oh well, no sanctioned oil is allowed to leave Venezuela anymore. Some shit like that. Fucking Trump just declared it on True Social or some shit. Completely fucking illegal. Obviously, we're the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
Like it was always about oil. But like the pretext needs to be we need to stop the drugs from coming in. We need to you know uh, uh, that's all. That's always been the facade, and so who knows what the fuck's going to happen? Everybody thought that the address that Trump gave last Wednesday was going to be I'm declaring war on Venezuela. He didn't even have to do that because this seizure of these oil tankers, according to international law, that's a declaration. That's an act of war. That is an act of war. I mean, you don't set up an entire armada outside the coast of Venezuela. You know, uh, you have an entire navy there, a bunch of ships, shitload of troops. If you don't intend to use them, there's a shitload there waiting right now.
Hmm.
And these seizures of these tankers, it's just the first step. I wouldn't be surprised at all
If we
uh,
invade.
if we invade Venezuela. Not to mention it would make um, a the perfect distraction from the Epstein files and the
Right.
fact that the DOJ is botching the release of them.
Hmm. Not to be surprised. Not surprised.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's intentionally being botched. But it's only moved. I think I saw in the polling, it only moved him like 6 points or something, and that's like
Hmm.
nothing
You
off
know
of
it's
Republican popularity. I think he's still at like 87 instead of 93 or something like that.
it's really crazy. You know how far gone the Republicans are.
Yes.
Well, obviously, yeah. I believe. I think this is a really old poll because I've seen it before. Like I've seen it like years ago, and I don't know if it was redone lately, but there's a poll taken of Republicans, and I think 30% of them, or like maybe a third of Republican voters, say that that the U.S. should bomb a country that doesn't exist. I guess Republican voters were polled on whether or not we should bomb Agrabah, which is a fantasy land. It's a country that doesn't exist.
Sounds Arabian though.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the fictional
Yeah, it's a fiction. It's from a Disney movie, isn't it?
from Aladdin,
From
yeah.
Aladdin. Yeah.
And fucking of course without any thinking at all, a third of the Republican voters like, yeah, let's fucking do it. It's like
A
these people,
third
yeah. I think roughly for either like
or more.
it was either 20 or 30%, somewhere around there.
All right.
But I know that either way, it was like too many fucking people.
Just bomb them
These,
and invade them.
yeah, these are people who should be cut off entirely from society and just completely fucking isolated. No internet access, no access to TVs. Fucking just shun them away. I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. Like fucking just remove these people from public life entirely. I swear to God, I can't believe these people are allowed to vote.
Well, those are the people that are like going to truck rallies and, really like there was a huge event in Arizona, like the America First event. That's where Erica Kirk was.
Yeah, what's especially
This
funny
last weekend.
it's so funny about regarding her. I've seen like there are so many memes regarding her now. Like, hey Arizona, who's ready to grieve? Crowd cheers. I can't hear you. Crowd cheers louder. It's just like
She actually said that.
no, it's a
No, that's
meme.
just her vibe. Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
it's literally her vibe because
Yeah.
she's walking out on stage to fucking pyrotechnics and shit. I think there was like pyrotechnics at fucking Charlie Kirk's goddamn funeral. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. I
It,
hope she's cheating with JD Vance right now. That'd be so funny. That'd be so funny.
yeah, no, honestly, it's so pathetic. It's like she's doing this gigantic media tour She sat one on one with Barry fucking Weiss, the
Yeah, the
new
CBS. Yeah.
editor in chief of CBS, who we'll get to in a little bit. Um, and the interview totally flopped. It's like what especially gets me is I think it might have been a TikTok or a reel that I saw. It's like if my husband had just died, the last thing I'd be doing is traveling around the country and on like a grievance tour, you know. I'd be with my kids. I'd be thanking my lucky stars, this and that. But no. And speaking of Barry Weiss, 60 Minutes was cleared for a an airing of what goes on at CCOT down in El Salvador, the concentration camp.
Hmm.
Um, it was cleared by a bunch of lawyers. It was cleared by CBS. It was ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. The day that it was supposed to air, Barry Weiss pulls the plug on it. Doesn't give a reason. So everybody's like, "What the fuck? Like,
Hmm.
why is this happening?" And there's a lot of speculation in regards to it because CCOT is like I mentioned, it's a fucking concentration camp. It included interviews with immigrants, detainees, and whatnot, who have been tortured in this concentration camp. Um, and obviously, the Trump regime they want you to know what happened to these people.
Hmm.
They want you to know that this is where we've been sending innocent people. You know, this is where Kilmar Garcia was when we lied about his ties to MS-13. And now federal judges are coming out and having to protect him from being re-detained by ICE. And it's entirely disgusting. I mean, the fact that like this would have aired on 60 Minutes and would have exposed a lot of people to the conditions of CCOT and how fucking bad it is, and that this is being allowed to happen in this day and age. The detainees at this prison have endured torture, rape, beatings, starvation, all sorts of shit. If you're Barry Weiss and you want to like maintain good graces with the Trump regime now that CBS, Paramount, the merger was allowed to happen by the Trump administration. Yeah, like you would want to allow this shit to go out either, even though it was fact checked thoroughly, it was approved by
Yep.
lawyers, all sorts of
Yep.
shit.
Hmm.
It's disgusting. Now, basic. What's the word from it? What's the word for stenographer? They're now like she's reducing CBS to be stenographers for the Trump regime, like turning
Yeah,
it
Barry
slowly
Weiss
into
is one of the
Fox News.
weakest. I don't know
I
what
cannot
qualifies her
believe that
to
this
do this.
fucking bitch has failed her way upwards this fucking far. Like this is someone who got her name from trashing Bernie Sanders and popularizing like the Bernie Bro thing and basically uh, playing as a propagandist for the Hillary Clinton campaign back as far as 2016. You know, she even went on Joe Rogan way back then and went viral for her inability to defend her opposition to Bernie Sanders and his fan base and whatnot. And Joe Rogan, back then at least, did a decent job actually like defending him and excuse me and calling her out on her bullshit. It's just remarkable. And of course, she's a gigantic Zionist, so she's going to play patty cakes with the Israeli narrative and obviously the Ellisons who now own
CBS, yeah.
CBS, Paramount, and shit. Now there's another merger in the works or some shit like that. It's just fucking insane right now.
Is Zion Nazi too hard or
No,
just right?
that's fucking
I
more.
think it's appropriate, right?
It's not harsh enough in my opinion.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
there's another word you could add if you really wanted to, but I won't get into that.
Yeah, did you know
Um,
that Miss Rachel is one of the anti-Semites of the year?
is that right?
Yeah, according to I forget who it was. They're not fucking. I don't. It doesn't matter. Some sort of um Israeli cheerleading group. Basically, it might even be the ADL. I could be wrong, but she's based on the same list of names as Tucker Carlson, and Nick Fuentes wasn't even fucking named at all. And it's like, I guess you might as well wear it as a badge of honor, because it's like, if you're opposed to the wholesale slaughter of and mass starvation of children, then you're if they're Palestinian children, then you're an anti-Semite. That's how fucking disgusting the desperation is palpable.
Wait, if you post anything showing like a dead Palestinian kid, that makes you anti-Semitic now?
Oh yeah, essentially yeah. um, Miss Rachel constantly goes on these screeds, I guess, on their Instagram story, basically like, I care for all children. Like
Right.
she's a children's entertainer.
Yeah, I know. I'm
You know,
looking her up right now.
yeah.
She's a
She
YouTuber, very successful.
Yes, very very successful. So many parents owe their lives to her based on her ability to appeal to young children and keep them occupied, teach them. She's essentially like YouTube's PBS. I guess you could say like PBS Kids.
Uh
You
huh.
know, um, so because she loves what she does and loves children, I guess uh, getting worked up over the slaughter of Palestinian kids is just too much for the Zionists. You know, like, because all children's lives matter, but apparently not Palestinians, even though over 15,000 Palestinian children have been killed so far
Yeah.
since Israel took over Gaza. It's just so disgusting, dude. Like it's pathetic. Like they can't have they they want to
Well,
control
I
the
told you
narrative
about my
so bad.
relatively I told you about my relatively superficial personal experience of watching the news since I was a kid.
Hmm.
Since I was like 5 years old. I can remember the most consistent foreign policy story was Israel going to war with someone, and it was
Yeah.
it was like in terms of like what was going on in the country that changed all the time, yada yada yada. But
Hmm.
in terms of foreign policy, like there was what's going on in Russia and all that stuff every now and
Sure.
then, but more consistent than anything else was the repetition of Israel going to war with someone. Like every
Yeah, it's
multiple
almost
times
like
a
they're
year. It was
it's
like
almost
multiple
like
times a year.
it's almost like they're the problem. Like
Yeah.
they're the what was the term, the lowest common denominator in the fucking region, for crying out loud. Yeah, it's a story that never fucking ends. And yeah, it's hella funny because like even back in the 90s, Netanyahu was like, "Oh yeah, Iran is just weeks away from a nuclear weapons." It's like, still waiting, dude.
So she wrote a letter on her way out of the New York Times
Who did?
that Barry Weiss
Oh yeah, that's
that
right.
was
Because she used to
praised
work for
by
them.
this is who praised it: Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio,
Oh
Kelly
yeah.
Loeffler, Donald Trump Jr., Ben Shapiro, even Andrew Yang and Marianne Williamson,
Gross. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember that shit. And
and Bill Maher as well.
oh fuck that guy. No,
Yeah, that guy's got to go, man. He's got to go,
it
really.
totally makes sense though. Like she was totally full of shit from the beginning. Like she wanted to be able to exert as much narrative control over
Yes.
like whatever apparatus she's at or has, any sway or influence at, and even with that, despite all the promotion, all the advertisements, all the hyping up, um, of her one-on-one with Erica Kirk, the ratings were fucking dismal. In comparison to, like, I guess you could say, um, what you would expect to get, sizable ratings. Like, nobody gave enough of a shit. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you're just alienating your core audience. I mean, I guess what you could call a core audience, for CBS and shit, and you're doing it just to fucking suck up and coddle up to some fascists. You
Yes.
know, it's just it's pathetic. It's fucking gross.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through her stuff. I guess, yeah, she's got,
She's so unremarkable, yet
yeah.
she has such a huge influence now. She's
Well,
the
she's
fucking
basically
editor in
conservative.
chief.
She
She
called
is
herself a radical centrist at one point, which is a huge red flag.
pathetic. Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you don't if someone calls themselves a moderate, that might be something you can work with. But if someone calls himself a centrist in this world, in this America, you're a fucking
Hmm.
centrist.
Yeah,
You're still trying to make bipartisanship work. Like what do you, like wake the fuck up.
like it's actually hella
Wake the
funny.
fuck up. We are at war, y'all.
Yeah, it's actually hella funny because if you actually like strip someone's positions down, someone who calls themselves a centrist, oh shocker, most of them are fucking right wing.
Yeah.
you know, um,
Well, they just fundamentally believe that the private sector is the way to go. And what I've realized, I'm doing this. I'm working on. There's a book that I'm trying to read, but written by someone that I know.
you're not
Won't
gonna
call.
believe. Go ahead.
And and it's just like the premise of it, or at least the title of it, makes me think that the preservation of people's ability to get rich is just coursing through our culture.
Oh,
And
big time. Fucking
everybody thinks they're going to be a multimillionaire someday.
yeah.
Everybody thinks that they're going to be a one percenter someday.
Not
And
even.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's
no,
just
you're not.
yeah.
You don't have the
It's called the
cash to
American
invest.
dream because you gotta be
No.
asleep to believe it. Exactly. It's like
Thank you, George Carlin. Yeah.
it's actually hella funny because I just pulled up the for you page on my Twitter, and it's all just a bunch of posts dunking on Barry Weiss, which is actually hella funny. Uh,
Good.
I'm this is Barry Weiss in a nutshell. I'm an independent journalist and a free speech warrior. Trump comes along. Get rid of any story that makes me look bad. LOL. Okay, sir. Like that's essentially what it comes down to.
Well, I think maybe the word has gotten out about traditional media, and maybe if God is good, then Barry Weiss will be the nail in the coffin to CBS News, and that'll be the end of that, and no one will ever take it seriously. I mean, it's time we started you know, coming up with a unified, like the DSA, for example, should come up with kind of a blacklisted media organizations and just profiles on different media conglomerates and just why
Yes.
like some of them are just straight up just not news. Like One America News Network is not news.
Yeah.
Fox
Fox
News
News is
is
not
not
news.
news.
Yeah.
Like this is
Exactly.
not real news. This is just fueling pre-established
Yeah. Yeah.
scripts.
Like New York Post. Yeah, they do news, but it's like a lot of it is really wacky and clearly biased towards the right. Fucking Breitbart is not news.
No,
Fucking Gateway Pundit, that's not news.
right.
Newsmax, that's not fucking
Not
news.
news. No.
It's fucking. We can go on and on and on.
But we need
Um,
to have like a someone come who comes out of the woodwork and says, like I think a big theme that I've been talking about is whoever comes out of the woodwork and represents the left when this is all over,
Hmm.
I better see a blacklist of people who were associated with MAGA at a high level who are
Hmm.
no longer welcome in
Hmm.
America's greatest cities. They're no
100%.
longer welcome there. Like that needs to happen. And somebody on that list, like from last night, from the Trump Kennedy Center honors, because now it's called the Trump Kennedy Center. Uh, Sylvester Stallone can burn in hell. Sylvester Stallone, you can burn in hell. Like
Yeah.
unless you want to repent, man. You know, you want to say that you screwed up and that you really regret. I think it's going to be hard for people to believe at this stage. Someone like you should know better.
Yeah.
I mean, he must have had people in his orbit saying, "Please don't do this. Do not get close to Trump." But he did it
Yeah.
anyway. It's really
Yeah.
sad.
I
It's
mean,
really sad.
there are
Good thing
enough.
Carl Weathers isn't alive. Maybe that's what did it because Carl Weathers died. So maybe once Carl Weathers died, Sly Stallone felt like it was okay to cross the line.
Right. I mean, there are enough Republicans right now who are very, like, if not hesitant, just straight up not going along with the Trump agenda. I mean, there's a lot
Right.
in the House. There are detractors for
Yeah, they're
damn
seeing
sure.
the nuclear bomb coming. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look no further than Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's fucking resigning, for crying out loud.
Right.
Like she understands that MAGA is the Titanic or the Lusitania. Name your goddamn sinking ship, the Empress of Ireland. It's clear that there's no way, there's absolutely no success on the horizon for MAGA in general.
Right.
Trump is washed. He's a fucking liar. He's not
Mm-hmm.
holding true to his campaign promises because one of his campaign promises was to make the Epstein files public.
Right.
They're heavily fucking redacted, you know. And when he tries to go out there and strong arm female fucking MAGA Republicans in the House, that's not a good look, you know. And like it's not just her, obviously, but um, I I'm actually like really curious how JD Vance comes out on top of all this. I guess you can say because I have gotten no indication at all from Trump that he even likes the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't sing his praises. Like
No.
the like the two couldn't be more diametrically opposed, at least in terms of an agenda. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're not. How often do you even see those two together?
Right.
Like you know, it's like what is going to come of this? And that's one of the biggest things. I think one of our first streams for next year will cover um, the California governor's race and how that's going to shape up because
I think that's smart. Yeah, we
yeah,
should. There's a lot
California,
of yeah. We should. We'll definitely take more of a California specific approach towards this next election year because things are going to get change a lot because of the redistricting. So we'll
yes,
see. We'll
exactly.
see how
That
things
was
move.
definitely it was a success here in California. It's temporary. I think it'll be up for, I guess, for lack of a better term, reinterpretation come 2030. But um the race so far for California governor is stacked, and that will
Yeah,
be a
huge.
major thing come the midterms because we know that fucking Gavin Newsom's going to try to make a White House run, um, and that's going to become more interesting come 2027 when the actual like when the election season heats up. What's interesting about that is I don't know if you saw it, but AOC actually reposted a poll, and the poll was in a one-on-one matchup come 2028 between Alexandria Ocasio Cortez and JD Vance for the presidency. AOC won 51-49. She reposted that with quote bloop. Because so it's like, what does that mean? Are you hinting towards a
Yeah,
potential
is that is
run?
that is that
Is
impressive?
yeah?
By
Is
the way,
that like
do you think
yeah?
that's good? Do you think
Exactly.
that it's good enough?
Yeah, like well, like
Do
only
you think
that
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 it's good
much.
enough? Yeah,
Like
I would say
that's not even
65.
worth.
I would have expected 65-35,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Like,
not impressive enough for you to repost. Not
that's
to
evidence
mention
that
we're still
disproves that she
3
should
away.
do it. She
Yeah,
should
yeah,
go for New York. She should just go for Schumer, man. It's an easy
yeah.
fix there.
Right. It's like, I mean, we're still fucking 3 years away from an election. It's like, but what that tells me is that she is antsy. She
Yeah,
wants to
she wants
go
to
for it.
upgrade her shit. Yeah.
Yeah, she wants to run for presidency, and I don't think she's politically savvy enough to do so. I mean,
No, I think
this is a
she'll end
clear.
up going for New York senator. Hopefully.
She should one hundred
Yeah, I
percent
think so.
get fucking rid of Schumer. Like, make your
Yeah.
way up, prove yourself, because
Or just
you're not.
go and be the Nancy Pelosi of our time,
Yes, at least that shit.
in the Senate
Hmm.
for the progressive left. Like that's a pretty hell of a legacy. You can
Yeah,
make a You can make a difference that lasts 15, 20 years, not just 8 years.
yeah, yeah. No kidding. It's like I think she's just she
She's
wants
not
to
executive branch material, man. It's okay to
she
say it.
wants yeah she
She's
wants to
not.
bite off
She's
she
not. She's not
she
that bright. I like
no
her.
of
She's
course
smart. She's smart enough, and she can do her homework. But I don't like a lot of her votes. There was some
hmm
Iron Dome funding that I'm not a fan of.
yeah
I think she got censured by the DSA for that. So
yeah something like that.
that doesn't bode well.
She
But
wants to bite off more than she can chew. That's for damn
right,
sure.
yeah, she wants to put the cart before the horse. She wants what she wants when she
Hmm.
wants it instead of when society's ready to give it to her. Now
No,
she needs to be
exactly.
focusing in on
She's riding
infrastructure.
on her perceived popularity because she still is actually one of the most popular Democrats. But honestly, that's not going to be enough. You know,
All right,
like
let's take a look at.
Katie
Keep
Porter
going.
was pretty popular, and her chances of winning the California governor seat is dwindling. You know, we were talking about that 60 Minutes segment on
Yeah,
CCOT, and I saw this retweeted by the Majority Report. Global TV, which airs 60 Minutes in Canada, actually uploaded the unredacted version of Sunday's episode, meaning the CCOT episode that Barry Weiss spiked is available on the Global TV app. It must have been delivered before the story was blocked, and I guess people are watching it. So we might actually get to see that shit uploaded. Like
that'd be
it might
sweet.
actually make the internet.
That'd be
Um,
sweet.
I've never heard of the Global TV app, but that 60 Minutes episode on CCOT is basically is apparently available for watching. The one that Barry Weiss blocked entirely out of like politics. It was a political move to stop the world from seeing what actually happens down at that fucking concentration camp that we send innocent people to.
Right on. Right on. What else did you want to cover today? Feel like we've covered a lot of ground.
I mean, that's essentially it. I mean, we got the Epstein files that are massively redacted. We got Trump vandalizing the Kennedy Center, essentially. Um, aside from that, God, what a fucking awful year it's been. But like I was saying earlier, fortunately, like the White House is actually in such disarray that it might not end up mattering too much. Like all we can do is sit back and watch the dumpster fire. But
Yeah.
then again, it's like the damage is fucking done. Like
Well, what
those
you said
hurt
earlier
so
is the
much.
most crucial thing. The most crucial thing is like the Trump approval polls have him at like 36% of the general population or less than that.
Yes,
So
yes,
a lot of these Republican senators and congressmen who are in purple districts, the writing's on the wall. They're going to need to distance themselves from Trump. So I think like Trump's damage is already or his power is starting to already get hedged, but it won't be official until November, really a year from now, when the new Congress is made. But
Yeah,
it's going to be it's like we're about 51% of the way home with getting through Trump's first 2 years.
he will become a lame duck. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
And it's there's already signs of that happening right now with Republican detraction. And Mike Johnson is on. He's walking on eggshells right now.
Right. Right on.
I mean, we still got another 3 long years ahead of us. Fucking the AI tech overlords still have fucking free reign over so much right now. There's monopolization occurring. There's still like mergers pending and shit. So it's like the rich and powerful are trying to take and excuse me, and achieve as much as they possibly can before Trump's second term is out. So we're still in for such a fucking bumpy ride. That
Well,
that
we'll be here every week, guys. We're gonna try and come out every week or every other
every week.
week, and drop some knowledge for you all. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. If you are not already subscribed, tell your friends. If you haven't checked out my essays, check them out already, because
Please do so. Yes.
yeah, and try to watch them in chronological order, and you can watch them at like above average speed, like 1.5 times or 2 times speed is good. But
That's the way to watch anything on YouTube nowadays.
well, some people talk really fast, and you can't even do that. But
Sure.
yeah, what are your parting thoughts for everybody at the end of the year and starting in January? We'll probably be back like January 4th, whatever that Monday or Tuesday
I'll
is.
I will probably be at an anime convention all week. But we'll try to shoot for something in January. I wouldn't mind that at all. Um,
Yeah,
I
we can
mean,
try for
after all,
January 5th or 6th, something like that.
I didn't even get a chance to like finish your like covering your essays as I went along. So like maybe we can do that together. Fuck it, who knows?
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Something to do, you know. I mean, unless something drastic or cataclysmic happens between now and then. Other than that, I guess go Niners. I hope you beat Philip Rivers, who came out of retirement for the Colts, which is like the most wild thing. I guess we can end off on fucking talking about the NFL right now.
Yeah.
This has been like the wildest season I
Yeah, it's been
have
great.
seen. It's been
Yeah, it's been great.
crazy, like
Yeah, it's
all
been
like,
great. No,
in years.
I'm loving that a lot of the big name quarterbacks like Mahomes, Burrow,
Yeah, bye bye.
um, Lamar Jackson, they're all kind
He
of
was
like.
like
It sucks that a lot of them
Jackson was
got
like number
injured.
one.
It sucks that
Yeah,
a lot of them
he
got
got taken out
injured, but
earlier. Yeah,
it's nice to see like the Bears and Caleb Williams get really good and
that's been insane because I didn't
yeah, they had a
expect that
bunch
at
of
all.
comeback wins, which was really surprising.
I've
But
had DJ Moore on my fantasy, and he's been like hit and miss all year. It's just like, come on, dude. Yeah, it's like
yeah,
wow. Yeah, and the game that they just won recently, which was fucking insane. Yeah. I'll actually be heading to probably Chili's to watch the Niners take on the Colts. I still couldn't believe it because I actually texted my dad like, "Look, Philip Rivers is actually coming out of retirement. He's just got picked up by the Colts. He's going to end off their season for them." And he's like, "No way, what?" And now he's like, "Oh shit, that's actually cool. Like go Rivers and shit." I mean, he doesn't give half of a fuck because the Niners are our team, obviously, but it's still it's such an interesting thing. He's 44 years old, and I admire the fact that he is, he still has that itch, and he's like, "Fuck it, let's go for it." Like I admire that.
I respect it.
Yeah, like
I
because
mean,
like,
I know that he's about to refill on benefits for him and his 10 kids because when
he's
you
very
retire or when you
yeah.
leave the league, you get 5 years worth of benefits. And now he's come back, so now he's going to get another 5 years worth of benefits after this season, which is crazy.
That's fucking nuts. I
So
mean
like
that
that's
must
gonna
have been
cost a lot of money
that must have
given how
been
many
like
kids he's got.
yeah, that must have been a now that you say it, that must have been like a huge motivating factor. Is like, oh, if I play again, I'll get even more benefits, like for this many years and shit. Fuck it, let's fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sucks that like his entire tenure in the NFL was with the Chargers when they weren't at the level they are now. When he finished like fucking almost every season at 7-9, you know. But
Yep.
that didn't take away from how good of a quarterback he was. So this should be a fucking good game tonight.
Yeah, it should be. Well, let's go check it out. Until then,
Hmm.
guys, you'll probably see me on. I will be on here on Wednesday, 3 to 4, or 4 to 5 Pacific time
Hmm.
for my slot for this space. I might put up some edited content, or I might just go up and shoot the shit with you guys. But please tune in for that. That'll be fun. And if you're
Yeah.
new to me, please subscribe. I could really use the subscribers, and check out my essays because I notice I'm getting some random last minute viewers here. So if you're just showing up, please check out my content and don't forget to subscribe. I will be coming out with a number of essays starting next year. Looking
Hmm.
forward to it. Until then, please don't forget that you don't get change in America by asking nicely.
Thank you all so much. We'll see you